Welcome everybody to today's live stream. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Today is Friday, and for all those that are going to be joining me today or later on in this video pre-recorded, the market ended up pretty well as we kind of predicted this these last couple days. I did mention, if we do go ahead and see the market and somewhat decent on a Friday, we could be expecting a very bullish week ahead of us, right? So it looks like the market is slightly putting up some green on the hourly, on the daily, on crypto bubbles. I do want to go ahead and say thank you all for joining me today on today's live stream on a late Friday night, or maybe to some of you, a morning Saturday or early Saturday morning. So let's go ahead and start sharing this with the community. As always, if you are watching this pre-recorded, go ahead and feel free to skip to go ahead and get the action where we go ahead and start talking about the technicals in the market, the news, and my prediction on still being at $85,000 Bitcoin with a possibility of a meme coin season coming soon. So let's go ahead and talk about this, but I'm going to go ahead and share this with the channel. How's it going, Happy? I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Thank you for joining me here today and being one of the first, as always. So let's go ahead and check this out. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start sharing this on Twitter as well. I gotta start replying to all the messages, guys. I really do apologize. I don't check Twitter too often, honestly. And when I am on Twitter, I'm mostly just retweeting stuff. But for the most part, I'm not really spending too much time on my Twitter, right? So I apologize for that. For everybody that I haven't replied, I am not ignoring you. I just always tell myself that I'm going to go ahead and reply, and then I completely forget because I don't check my messages on Twitter. So I apologize for that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and look into the market. Wait, I forgot one important thing. Let me go ahead and pull out the stream on my mobile device. That way, so I can see that we are officially live. Looks like we are. We are live, guys. Awesome. So let's go ahead and talk about the market, right? Because that's what we're all here for. You know, we've been patiently waiting, and I'm sure one of these days it's definitely going to go ahead and pay off, right? We've been talking about this $85,000 Bitcoin, Solana, meme tokens taking off, base tokens, and the market finally saw some action today. And typically when we see this kind of action in the market, it's typically bullish behavior, right? And I think we've been in this situation where everybody has been extremely bearish on crypto, meme tokens, and the whole entire sector overall. But we just recently had that whole entire short squeeze with GameStop and AMC on the stock market, and then we had a rally following with the cryptos as well on GME and AMC, right? Which we talked about weeks ago on stream. So it's freaking crazy, dude. You can't make any of this up. Now, what I do want to go ahead and talk about is I've been the biggest bear when it has come to Solana meme tokens. I don't like Solana meme tokens. I really dislike them. But in today's video, I do want to go ahead and discuss something that was brought up to my attention, and it makes a lot of sense, right? And I do want to go ahead and show you this because I told you guys, I'm here to freaking make money. I don't care what token it is. I don't care what blockchain it is. It doesn't matter whether I like it, whether I don't, whether I agree with it or I disagree with it. I'm here to freaking make money, right? So I really don't care, which one's the chosen blockchain. I'm a Solana maxi, a freaking Ethereum maxi, a base maxi. I have my dislikes in the market and my personal opinions and a lot of things that I don't agree with. Yeah, I still participate in this market very, very heavily because there's a lot of money opportunities, right? So with that being said, I've changed my view with Solana meme tokens, and it has been one of those where, I've always talked about Solana, being one of the main altcoins this season to be outperforming most of everything in the market. And my point of view with Solana, I don't like Solana meme tokens. I really dislike them. I think most of them are scams or pump and dumps, and you're more than likely over 99% you're going to lose your money if you don't know how to trade them correctly, or if you're not exiting at the right time of taking profits. A lot of these Solana tokens are not worth holding for long term, right? Unless you're looking at the higher caps, such as, you know, your Myros, your dog with hats, but then you really get very small opportunities, right? So we're going to go ahead and look into the charts, and we're going to go ahead and talk about my possible, I don't want to say a possible opinion, but my opinion or my point of view of Solana, how it has changed, and why I will begin to expose myself to Solana's ecosystem, and most specifically Solana meme tokens once again, right? So I am actually in a position right now with Crody. We have benefited on the AMC pump this last week. So that was really fun. Completely exited on that position, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about my point of view. We're gonna talk about some Solana plays, Solana market, where I think price target for Solana will be going. I believe it's going to be over $500 and above, possibly $1,000 during this bull run. And yeah, let's go ahead and start off with Bitcoin. But Vernon, how's it going, bro? Long time no see. I hope you've been good. Hope school's been good. This is John. It has been such a long time. Jesus, time just flies. It has flown by, dude. It's flown by very quickly. I've been busy with school and personal situations. I totally feel you, man. I've been kind of the same. I've been streaming here, not every day. I've been streaming here every other day. Honestly, usually whenever there's anything to talk about, I try not to stream every day. One, because I just don't want to. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I enjoy streaming, but when there's nothing to talk about in the market, it's freaking boring, dude. And I'm just repeating myself every freaking day. Realistically, that's really what this market's about. And that's kind of what the market will be until we really get a real run up, right? So I appreciate you for being here, but AMC hit 35 million. Crazy remembering mentioning it at 100K. Yeah, Vernon. Dude, literally, yeah. I literally, last week AMC pumped, and I believe you probably joined my live stream. I can't remember. And you asked me if I was still bullish on AMC and GME, and I said yes, dude. Like, as soon as I get paid, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in YOLO $500 on each of them, so a total of $1,000 on a GME, $500, and that was at 3 million market cap, and $500 on AMC at 155 or 100,000 market cap, because I think it almost went as low as like 98. And I told a lot of you that I was extremely bullish, and I mentioned that I said as soon as a short squeeze of the stock market happens this bull run, the AMC narrative on crypto and GME is also going to take off, right? And that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, I wasn't in a position myself. I did have my girl in a position, so I was like pretty much just trading her whole entire freaking bag, and we made a nice little freaking return, bro. I tell you that, we made a couple grand on that AMC trade, so that was really fun, and completely sold out on the AMC. Took profits all along the way. Probably have like a small position left, a moon bag of like $200 or $100. I think right now it's worth like $100 after that 80% retracement. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that today as well. You wanted GME to go below 1 million. Yes, I wanted GME to go below 1 million, and it didn't. But let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin, and then we're gonna talk about Solana, because I hate Solana, guys, but I've been trading Solana meme tokens, and I'm going to continue to trade them because I just saw this very important indicator that really shows that there's more strength in Solana, whether you agree with it or not, right? So I hate Solana. I don't like Solana. I don't think it's a revolutionary blockchain in my opinion. But with that being said, I'm just following the money. So I'm going to start trading Solana meme tokens again, guys. So literally, as I always said, my opinions are always going to change because I'm here to just follow the money. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, right? So we talked about this inverse head and shoulders on the daily. So far, so good. It has played out. We do see that breakout as we predicted. You can literally even see this thing playing out right here. So we are entering an area of resistance right now at Bitcoin at around the $67,000 range. We could go ahead and expect Bitcoin to possibly fall below the 64,000, even as low as like 63. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Bitcoin come back down within this range before retesting and breaking towards that new all-time high. But Bitcoin does need a little breather. But overall, Bitcoin's doing pretty well. Nothing bearish in my opinion. One thing we do need to go ahead and keep in mind, we talked about this point of control, this POC, which is this red line right here. This indicates that that is an area of resistance, support, and or, well, actually all the above, of range where there's a lot of volume, right? And this is a quick indicator as we saw this candlestick just jump all the way up and broke through it. So it does look like it is respecting this range so far, and it is respecting it as an area of support. So we're going to go ahead and see how that holds up so far. But so far, we are still in price target for $85,000 Bitcoin. Not much has changed, right? So it just looks like the market is just more bullish overall. And I think we were talking about the last time we streamed was, I think Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe Wednesday, Thursday. I don't even know, dude. I think today's Friday. So I think we might have streamed 2 days ago. I can't remember, honestly. And it's really not that important. But we've made a little bit of improvements. Nothing too crazy to get super hyped up about. But what this does mean is that next week, guys, in the next following weeks, the market is going to go freaking berserk, right? The market's going to take off. And if you are not positioned into these meme tokens, into these altcoins, you're going to miss out. And I'm going to go ahead and show you this chart right now, not just with Bitcoin. This Bitcoin chart is giving us a lot of information. And if you do not understand, I don't know what to tell you. I'll do my best to go ahead and show you why this is bullish. I mean, the inverse head and shoulders, so far so good. Nothing too bearish. I mean, obviously anything could go ahead and happen and Bitcoin just fakes out and we dump. I really thought that's going to be the case, but let's do this before we become very repetitive on everything, because that's really what TA is about, guys. It's freaking boring. You just have to patiently wait. You might have to wait 1 week, 3 days, 4 days, 2 weeks in order for the scenario to play off and for you to make your decision, right? So that's what TA is. But let's go ahead and keep it simple. Let's go ahead and come back when we start seeing $71,000 Bitcoin, guys. This is where we could be celebrating and talking about how we're gonna make a lot of freaking money, right? But till then, this is all hype. But I really am believing we are going to be pushing towards this range right here very, very soon in the next coming weeks. And I'll go ahead and show you why, as usual with all the charts. But yeah, Bitcoin's looking very, very bullish. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the DXY right now. Looking at the DXY, exactly the same thing, the dollar strength index. We talked about how every time the dollar goes up in value, we usually see a sell-off in the crypto market and vice versa. So every time the dollar crashes or falls down, we see crypto go up, right? So we need the US dollar to go down. And we talked about this range back over here a few days ago, back on Tuesday, and we talked about, it was actually Monday, we talked about how we were at this very critical area since last week, and we talked about how if we do go ahead and see the DXY lose that support right here, that's going to be extremely, extremely bullish, right? So it looks like the DXY did actually follow with what we've been talking about. Now, what I want to see with the DXY is see some sort of area of resistance. We do want to see some rejection coming in where we could go ahead and see the DXY fall back down and hopefully come back down to this range. I mean, worst case scenario is it just consolidates here for a while, but I think more than likely what we will see for the dollar is just we could go ahead and have some entertainment. Will be the dollar losing its resistance right here, losing its strength, and then we're going to see the dollar fall back down and possibly re-entering this 102 zone. And then we're probably going to dance around this area for a while, right? Because we did talk about how we did see this major head and shoulders pattern on the DXY, right? So we are literally following textbook status right now with how the head and shoulders pattern usually plays off. It usually plays off like that with a second rejection. And then we typically either sell off or we go ahead and see a consolidation and then fall, right? So right now, literally the DXY is looking super, super bearish in my opinion. And it could change. I'm not saying it can change unless there's some crazy news that it just reverses out of nowhere. It's possible, but I don't think that's going to be the chance. I do see more downside coming into the DXY, which is bullish for crypto, right? So that's scenario number 2 on the DXY. It's looking very bullish in my opinion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the US 100, and same thing has happened with the US 100. We talked about the NASDAQ, of how we were actually approaching new all-time highs, and we actually did touch new all-time highs on Thursday. We slightly touched new all-time highs on the US 100 following out of this monthly cup and handle pattern, guys, which is freaking bullish. I even put this rocket for us to get even more excited as this market takes off, right? So I've been with this narrative for the past 2 to 3 weeks. I've been talking about $85,000 Bitcoin, and it will be coming sooner than later than what most of you expect. I do expect within a 2 to 3 week range, we will be seeing Bitcoin make new all-time highs, and we will be seeing a lot of these altcoins and meme tokens take off as well. And this is no hype set aside. This is literally just charts telling us the data in front of our eyes. Whether you want to agree with me or you don't, that is up to you. But I am setting up myself for success by positioning myself into these riskier risk-on assets, because I do believe that as Bitcoin takes off and we see Bitcoin set that new all-time high, we will get the whole entire market, specifically the altcoins and the meme tokens, follow suit with Bitcoin, getting that excitement through the roof, where we start seeing those massive pumps, similar to what we saw with AMC and GameStop on the crypto market, right? So just imagine a lot of these dead meme tokens that were just on this downfall, or altcoins, where all of a sudden they might pump a 5, a 10x, a 20x, a 30x out of nowhere, right? So that's what I'm expecting in the next coming weeks. I would give it, leading into June and July, I believe it's going to be a very bullish month for us, and we're going to be making a lot of money, right? So this just adds on to this major cup and handle pattern on the monthly. So I don't know what else to say if you're not bullish on this. Looking at the daily, we have seen that we did end the day on a neutral on a Friday, which is not too bad, but it was needed. I did mention how we were needed for some sort of cool down period in order for the US 100, the NASDAQ, to have enough strength to then finally break out of this resistance, creating new all-time highs. So there's a high probability, guys, that by next week, coming Monday, maybe by Wednesday, maybe it comes in sooner, but I typically like to give a 3 to 4 day period due to the fact that we don't know what we could be thrown in over the weekend as far as news. There hasn't been any missile attacks, bomb attacks, or any military attack that has happened so far yet. And typically when we see this, is we always get it announced literally a few minutes before market closes, right? So we didn't get any of that in today's market. So that means we are going to have a bullish week ahead of us. Next week, I do expect the market to finally start picking up, and we start to see a lot of these meme tokens and altcoins to start taking off as Bitcoin and the stock market makes new all-time highs, right? So the US 100, I think no later by Wednesday, we should be making new all-time highs. Maybe we start the freaking week next week on a freaking green, and we end the whole entire week on a green. I do expect that as well. But as I mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if we still have one more red day before we fake out, the liquidity graph to get people out of the market as their long positions, and then have that massive breakout to the upside, creating a new all-time high for the stock market, which people are going to go crazy about. So super bullish news ahead of us, guys. So now let's go ahead and talk about Solana TA. And you're going to see the reason why I'm very bullish on Solana. And I hate Solana, guys. I'm going to keep on repeating myself, right? Because I dislike Solana a lot, and this kind of tells you and gives you an idea of what my point of view and perspective comes when it comes to trading a lot of these tokens or investing. I don't care whether I like it or not, right? I'm here just to make money, and so should you. You should just go ahead and go into things that make sense, whether you agree with it or you don't, right? Do I agree with Solana being, the revolutionary blockchain? No. Is there anything otherwise to go ahead and back that? No. It's clear that there's a lot of people that love Solana meme tokens. It's clear that Solana is the chosen chain this season, whether you agree with me or not, where last bull run, Ethereum was like the degenerate coin for these meme tokens, and clearly Solana is the one, right? So I do believe Solana is going to surprise a lot of people this run. I think it's going to surpass a lot of these top altcoins, leaving a lot of them behind, and a lot of people very, very disappointed because they're sticking to their emotions on what they like and what they don't like, right? I don't like Solana, but Solana is pushing towards a price target of over $500 and above this bull run. And, you know, I think there's a probability we might see $1,000 this bull run for Solana, right? So that doesn't excite me so much because from here, that's like a 5x. That's not too exciting. That's going to be like a 5x. I mean, I didn't buy Solana early on, nor do I have millions of dollars to dump into this. So that's only a 2x away, guys. So that doesn't excite me, but the Solana meme tokens do, right? So we're going to go ahead and talk about that right now. Let me go ahead and read into the comments. Check out MIM. Still have a lot of faith in it. The community keeps going at it. They have locked up 10% of the supply roughly and constantly launching a bunch of new initiatives. Awesome. We'll go ahead and check it out. Vegan food. How are you doing, man? Check Gari Network one, please. I'm your new subscriber. Have a look at Gari USDT. Most definitely, man. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and take a look at MIM, Magic Internet Money. For a lot of you that don't know, I actually got into Magic Internet Money a few months ago, back in February, I think it was, at under $1 million market cap, bro. I found that at like 20,000 market cap. I made a lot of money on Magic Internet Money early on. I shielded on my Discord. Dude, I was getting hot plays. I was on a hot streak back in February trading these Solana meme tokens. Like, I was just getting 10x, 20x after 20x. I literally grew like twice. I'm telling you, twice I did this. I grew like a $300 portfolio into like $9,000 in like 2 weeks. And then I grew a $50 portfolio, or yeah, $25 portfolio into like $6,000 to $4,000 in like 3 days. So like, that's the thing about Solana, dude. But the thing with Solana is that all it takes for you to do is just hit like a few hitters where you start losing your money. You're out of the pocket, man. At that point, when I started making more money into these Solana meme tokens, I ended up aping it even harder, throwing in 3 SOL, 5 SOL per position, and that's where I lost money. So it's a hit or miss. But what I want to tell you about Magic Internet Money before we look into the charts on Solana, because this has a very strong correlation with Solana. Solana itself has a strong correlation with the meme tokens. So it's very important to look at what Solana's price action is doing, because usually there's a lagging indicator where the Solana meme tokens follow right behind it, right? So what I do want to mention, and I'm glad you mentioned Magic Internet Money again, Vernon. Magic Internet Money might have another run up, and I'm going to tell you here why, okay? I haven't looked at their Telegram. I haven't been part of their community. I haven't looked at the charts on this since I traded it. I'm telling you, I got Magic Internet Money literally since back over here. And I think I might have sold right here, I think it was. I don't think I got a chance to buy into this. Or maybe I did sell over here. No, this is back in March, April. I don't know. It was maybe between here, these two zones. I might have, but I got in early on, so the chart looks completely different. But what I'm trying to tell you, either way, is the reason why I chose Magic Internet Money when it first launched in the first 15 minutes was because Magic Internet Money was a huge token on Ethereum last bull run. So I already knew that. You know, I wasn't part of Magic Internet Money on Ethereum, but I knew Magic Internet Money from Ethereum, right? So I knew instantly it was going to be bullish, and that's why I was actually bullish on Magic Internet Money, right? So luckily it did pay out pretty good. They didn't have a merge store at the time. They have a debit card too. This is freaking cool, dude. ZBEC Instant Card meets Magic Internet Money. This is freaking cool, man. They have some pretty cool utilities, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty undervalued. Should probably start positioning ourselves for this. So they actually have a lot of pretty bullish things, man. They didn't have any of this when I was trading at the time. And the thing too is that the dev was actually pretty active. I don't know how active the dev is on TG now. I don't know how active the community is. I would have to go ahead and check it out. But I believe they also upgraded their website, because I don't remember any of this. But anyways, with that being said, enough with how bullish that looks. We're going to go ahead and talk about Magic Internet Money. And, you know, this might be a project that I might consider loading up on, and I'm going to go ahead and show you why, right? Because as I mentioned, this is my first time looking at Magic Internet Money since I last invested in it, and this looks like it might be getting ready for a 6x. So definitely, if you're watching this live stream and you're looking for that Hail Mary alpha play, I don't think a 6x is a Hail Mary, but if you could throw in a few couple $100 or a few SOL in here, it can make you a quick little nut, right? If you throw in like $500 with a 6x, that's a nice little return. I think that might be over 12 grand, right? $500 with a 6x. How much is that? 3 grand. I was off, super off. But even like $2,000, bro, with like a nice little like 5x, 10 grand. Not too bad. Not too bad. 10 grand play right there. So we're going to go ahead and look into this a little bit more into the charts, right? We're going to go ahead and see if we see any entry points. But in order for us to understand if there's any entry points for Solana, guess what we got to understand first? We got to understand the price of Solana itself. Because as I mentioned, when we see a Solana, the Solana actual token, like the Solana token, run up and make new all-time highs, we typically then have the meme tokens follow right behind, right? And the reason being is because the underlying asset, as far as the blockchain that a lot of these tokens are running under, they're running under Solana. So as the price of Solana goes up in value, so do most of these tokens on Solana, especially the ones with pretty strong narratives. And this is the reason why we saw AMC, we saw GME. Not only did we see the short squeeze from both of those, but we also saw Solana slightly start to go up, right? So listen very carefully, because this is very, very important. So as you can go ahead and see, Solana is not that far away from making a new all-time high, right? If we actually measure from this top, from this other top, we're only about a 21% move away, guys, from reaching $210 again with Solana. And I'm not sure if you understand how bullish that is, but that is freaking bullish, because even if you measure this move right here from Solana from back in May 13th all the way up to where we're at right here, we did a 23% pump. And that only took us about roughly 7 days, give or take. So it took us about 7 days to do a 30% move to the upside. And we're only a 20-something% move. Let's just say break even. Let's just call it an even number. 30% away from Solana breaking above $220 on Sol. So with that being said, that means that once we do see this major resistance being broken out, guys, we will be seeing Solana making new all-time highs. I don't know how high Solana has actually been. Okay, so it looks like right here, looking at his all-time high for Solana, it was roughly around 260. So let's just say 260, right? Let's just go ahead and keep that number in mind, where 260 was the all-time high for Solana. So in reality, we're about a 49% move from the all-time high of 260, and from this resistance right here, we're only about another additional 24% move. So you could just say roughly a 30-30, right? So we're not that far, and that kind of takes us to that 2-week period of how I mentioned, though. I do believe the run in the next coming weeks for crypto is going to be very, very bullish in the next 2 weeks. And this is why I'm starting to position myself in not only meme tokens, but meme tokens with very strong narratives, and narratives that the community are very bullish on, right? Because if we could go ahead and front run about 2 weeks before this actually happens, and obviously it's not going to go straight up in the line, guys. Keep that in mind. It's not going to go up in a line. It's going to probably, play around for a bit as we climb up, but it's going to get there. Whether that's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, as I mentioned, I do believe the month of June and July, it's going to be extremely bullish, and this month of May is already almost freaking over. I can't believe it. I feel like life's going way too freaking fast, bro. And I don't like it. And I kind of do, because with crypto, it feels like it's just, we're in this range forever, man. Like, literally, look at freaking Solana. We've been in this range consolidating literally for 32 freaking days, which literally feels like 6 months, man. Literally feels like freaking 6 months, right? So what do you think happens after consolidating for such a long time? We have to see some upside now, right? Before the market starts getting bored. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing in the next coming weeks. So with that being said, if the price target of Solana in the next coming weeks is going to be breaking past at $209, don't you think, friend of friend, it would be a smart idea to start looking into the Solana meme tokens that have not only a good narrative, a good community, but also has a pretty nice, decent chart, right? So this is the kind of wicks that I do believe and candles we will be seeing in the next coming weeks, similar to what we saw with GameStop. And right now with GameStop and AMC, I do think they're still going to have a continuation to the upside, but I'm patiently waiting for my confirmation to enter that, right? But if you are still watching this, when I just did the TA on Solana, now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some alpha of some tokens that I'm personally looking at on Solana. And I also want all of you to go ahead and share with me down below on the live chat right now. Share the smart contract of the token you want to go ahead and shill, right? Please enter at your own risk, and understand this is a high risk, high reward, a 99% chance you will lose money. So you do the math there. Is it worth throwing in your money into something that's it's giving you a chance of losing 99% of your money? I don't know. I think it's pretty, it's worth the risk with all the odds being in our favor. I don't think the odds are against our favor. Can it be the worst case scenario where there's a black swan event and something happens? Of course, but that would create the whole entire market to crash, and that would mean that we would all lose money. So I think, in my opinion, we could go ahead and hit that high probability of the market doing what we're expecting for it to do it. Probably not within the 2 weeks. Maybe it might take a little bit longer, but as I mentioned, June and July, I do expect those 2 months to be very bullish. And I'm going to go ahead and start talking about those meme tokens right now, right? Obviously, I do have a few tokens in mind, a few that I'm already in some trading positions. For example, Crody, we're going to talk about some TA right here. It's not looking the best, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed on this, so I do expect some sort of reversal very, very soon. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Crody. We're going to go ahead and talk about Jones, Alex Jones. This one's a freaking bullish one, man. So shout out to Dabmaster. And this is actually literally, like, if you're watching this stream right now, you're literally like, you're timing in, man. Like, you're literally about to enter into a lot of these tokens with bottoms, such as Alex Jones, where without even doing, actual TA right now, we can see that there's going to be an upside of over 2x in the coming days. We see this literally nice little staircase up onto Alex Jones, and we're going to go ahead and talk about all of this and why we're bullish and what we could be expecting, right? So feel free to shill your tokens down below. Similar to what Vernon did, please provide the smart contract down below in the description. Not only does it make it easier for me to go ahead and go through it on live chat, but it also gives that opportunity for you to show your position to other people that might be watching this pre-recorded, for them to go ahead and find the correct address. All right, so let me go ahead and read these comments real quick, and we'll get started. Yeah, we'll talk about Gari after the Solana play. Solana is just, hey, what's up, Jin? How's it going, man? Solana is getting fudded super hard. Last couple of days, so come June and Coinbase pushing Base. I think Base will outperform Solana. I mean, yes, everywhere there will be scammers and whales and bots that destroy projects, but mass adoption and Base chain will be so big, we still can't imagine what's going to come. I agree with you. The dev is gone, Vernon says, but the community is very active. Still, I'd say they are always working to secure the future of it. So is it a fully community-driven project now? Let me go ahead and grab some water real quick. I remember when I was on stream, I can't remember who it was, but they'd be like, John, are you going to drink out of your freaking Fortnite jug again? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like your water jug, man. That thing's freaking huge. No, that was hilarious. I can't remember who it was, man. But anyways, I'm going to show you in the charts. I do believe Base is going to be a very bullish blockchain, and I think a lot of people are missing out. But in my opinion, I think Base is going to be one of those blockchains that you just put money, you set it, and you forget it, and you come back in 6 months and you check it. That's what I really truly believe Base is going to be like. At least that's what I'm seeing now. Base hasn't received that full adoption. It doesn't have the volume that we need to get those 30, 60, 100 X's back to back. Like Solana, unfortunately, Solana has the attention, has the volume, and has the interest, as opposed to Base. People are just lazy right now, right? So until we start seeing that shift from Solana to Base, that's where I believe Base will pick up. And I know you're going to be like, John, I thought you said, Base is going to be the most bullish blockchain. It's going to be bullish. But I think Base is going to be one of those where you're better off just holding on to your positions for 6 months. Now, Solana, on the other hand, we all know Solana is a pump and dump blockchain, bro. All these tokens are scams. They pump and dump. What else can I freaking say? I mean, that literally describes Solana. Pump and dumps and scams. All of them usually are pump and dumps and scams, but Solana just has more of that happening every day. And that's probably due to the fact that there's more people transacting in Solana right now, right? So with that being said, I want to show you this chart. It's very important. And I'm going to show you why I'm now positioning myself into Solana plays. And why I will be just swing trading Solana. I'm not going to be holding these tokens forever. I'm going to be swing trading them, pump and dumping them as the market's going up. You're going to be selling as the market starts coming down. You're going to wait for that thing to retrace and then rebuy the bottom and then wait for that pump again, right? So the thing is with Solana, they're kind of predictable. I don't want to say they're 100% predictable, but if you do see a nice little reversal on Solana, you're more than likely going to go ahead and catch the bottom if the market it's finally gearing up to that full-on reversal, right? So let's go ahead and talk about that. And we're going to go ahead and look at what the bullish thing is that I mean, right? So one chart that I came across is Solana BTC, which I saw from Because Bitcoin. And he brought this to my attention and I was like, dude, this just makes freaking sense. Like, why wouldn't anybody be bullish about this, right? And we're going to talk about this. What chart is it? Is it BTC? Which one is it? Let's see. I think it's this one right here, right? Okay, so this right here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at another chart, which is very, very interesting. And I'm going to go ahead and show that to you right now. Watch. We're going to go ahead and compare it with Ethereum BTC. and this is the dominance of Ethereum with Bitcoin. And we talked about this same thing last week as well, or a few days ago. And take a look at this, right? We've been extremely bearish with Ethereum, and Ethereum has just continued to outperform, or not outperform, underperform, and we've seen Bitcoin outperform Ethereum, right? So last bull run, Ethereum was like the degenerate token, and that's where we would see risk on behavior shifting into Ethereum. Typically, as Bitcoin had its top, a lot of that money went into Ethereum, which was considered degenerate, right? At the time, last bull run, the degenerate chain was Ethereum. Obviously, if you've been in the space long enough in the last couple months, Solana is now the degenerate chain, right? So when money flows out of Bitcoin and goes into risk on assets, we're seeing massive inflow into Solana. This is by freaking facts, guys. I hate Solana. I don't like Solana. And I really wish this wasn't the case, but it's the case. And we just have to go with what it's telling us, right? And this is why I'm saying, as much as I have this strong belief with Base, I don't know. I won't be surprised if we're disappointed with Base. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying there's not a possibility we can't see it outperform Solana. I think it could, but based alone from the Ethereum dominance to Bitcoin chart, Ethereum hasn't really been doing much. Will Ethereum do something? I do believe so. Maybe Base and Ethereum tokens are like the last final wave for the meme tokens, or the final wave for this bull run. I don't know. But with that being said, I'm not going to go ahead and miss out on money, right? And if I just stick to the belief that Base is going to be the revolutionary chain, which I do believe it will be, and I do believe it will have the hype, but right now the charts are telling us otherwise. And I obviously do not want to say that because I really do want to see Base do better. And I really do dislike Solana a lot. But the charts are telling us, and actual facts is telling us that the interest in Ethereum is not there. It's not there like it used to be last bull run. And there could be many reasons why. One of the main reasons, obviously, is that Solana now has taken the show, right? Because Solana is obviously cheaper, people find it more attractive, and it's more fun, and there's more influencers pushing Solana, right? So even though I want to go ahead and be the biggest bull for Base, I do believe it's going to do very well, but I don't want to be disappointed. So I would rather just trade with what the market's telling me. And looking at this chart right here, it's clearly showing us that Ethereum doesn't have that dominance, guys. People are not caring about Ethereum as much as Solana. And keep in mind, Base is a layer 2. So we need to see Ethereum do its thing. Maybe Ethereum starts picking up as institutional buyers start coming in, because keep in mind, we have the Ethereum ETF that's supposed to be getting approved by July. So in 2 months, month and a half. So maybe then we start getting that interest in Ethereum. But in the meanwhile, I feel like I'm losing money just waiting for my Base tokens to pump. And I'm sure they're probably going to pump in the next coming weeks. So I'm still going to load up on these dips. I'm still going to load up on Andy and Benny. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go into the charts, right? If you're a holder yourself. But it's clear data that is showing us right here that Solana is outperforming the risk on market. It's not Ethereum, guys. And you know how I feel kind of disappointed on this, because I wish this wasn't true, but it is. And there's nothing I could do about it. As much as I want to bet right now that Base is going to do well, I'm sure it will do well. But right now, data is showing us otherwise. Right now, data is showing us that Solana is the chosen chain for this risk-on behavior. And I'm just here to make money. So I'm just going to go wherever the market tells me to go. And I want to show you this real quick. If you actually see this with Ethereum, if we just go ahead and cover this, and we're looking at it on the weekly, right? So we actually look at Ethereum right here. If we look at Ethereum right at the zone right here, what do you see right here, right? You're literally seeing the same structure right here. We're seeing the same exact structure with Ethereum / Bitcoin dominance right here. The same structure we're seeing with Bitcoin or Solana slash Bitcoin. Where's it at? Did I just get rid of it? Bitcoin. I think I might have gotten rid of it. Okay, Solana Bitcoin is right here. Look at this. This is so bullish, guys. Like, as much as I don't want to be bullish on Solana, it's bullish. Like, this is like, I'd be a dummy if I ignore the signs that the market's giving us. Like, I'd be a dummy because of my ego, and I would say, you know what? I hate Solana so much that I'm not going to trade it. I'd be the biggest fool because the market is giving us indicators that Solana is going to take off alongside with the Solana meme token. So I'd be missing out on money to put it into Base or any other project I believe in, right? Looking at the weekly, look at this right here. This is the same similar pattern and structure that we saw right here with Ethereum last bull run, where it did this cup and handle, and as you can see, it ended up breaking out right here. Do you see that massive move to the upside from right here to right here? It made a massive move, and look at the same move we're seeing right here with Solana Bitcoin. So it's clear in the tables that Solana is taking over right now, and that's the reason why I'm exposing myself to Solana meme tokens. I know how bearish I've been these last couple weeks on Solana and Solana meme tokens, and I've been making fun of Solana, but I'm here to make money, guys, and this is what I'm trying to show you, and this is why I'm positioning myself into Solana meme tokens, because it's clear that Solana dominance is higher than Ethereum right now. Can that change in the future? Maybe, I don't know. But until then, I'm just going to go in with the market, right? So what is my strategy moving forward with Solana? I mean, keep in mind, Solana is very risky, very volatile. You're probably going to lose a lot more money on Solana than actually make money. I mean, that's just facts in my opinion. We're going to talk about that strategy right now, right? So give me 1 second as I read these comments and we start talking about this. Gari is also Solana token, check. Oh yeah, that's right. Gari is a Solana token. So let's go ahead and take a look at Gari, because Gari is a Solana token. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. So Gari hasn't really been doing much. It literally has just dumped ever since it has launched. So with Gari, I think it's also going to have that outperformance when the market, as Solana starts to pick up. But right now, Gari just hasn't really done much, honestly. And I really don't want to spend too much time on Gari because there's just really not much to talk about it as far from a technical standpoint, right? As far as charts. There might be coming up with some cool updates or something like that. It's not what I really look for in tokens, and I kind of don't care. What I just look for is what the charts are telling us, and the chart is definitely telling us that it will be getting ready. It has already found its bottom, guys. I don't think Gari will go any lower than where it's at right now. It's literally at its bottom, and where I would definitely be considering myself into opening some positions in Gari is when we start approaching this range right here. And I'll tell you right now what that range will be. I'll be considering Gari attractive to me once we see Gari break and hold above. Once I see Gari break and hold above this 4-cent range. And this is where, right here, where I would open a position on Gari, because that means there's no more downside and there's nothing but upside from here on. And if you go ahead and see that, we're talking about over a 5x potential. Keep in mind, this is more than likely a VC freaking dump, meaning that venture capitals get together, launch these projects or fund them, and just pretty much dump. This is why we see this just continuation of a dump. Literally has dumped since over from $1 all the way down to literally almost 90-something%, right? So for me personally, when it comes to a lot of these altcoins, I really don't follow the news development, what they're doing, I honestly really don't care. This goes alongside with a lot of the meme tokens. I'm just here to go ahead and give me when the market gives me that sign that the market has finally found its bottom and it's now getting ready to reverse. And to me personally, it hasn't given me that indicator yet. So until Gari hits his zone right here at around the 4 cents, 5 cents right here, this is where I consider opening a position on Gari. And Gari's not that long. It is. It's about a 1x away. So it could happen within this range as Solana makes new all-time highs. As I mentioned, a lot of these tokens have found their bottom ready, and they're getting ready to finally come back up, right? So it's only so much a token could go down until it does that reversal at the bottom, right? So that's my TA with Gari. Let's go ahead and talk about this strategy that I have. This is almost very similar if you were to compare that chart to Gari to Magic Internet Money, where it stays within this consolidation range, right? And I'm going to tell you the same strategy that I'm going to go ahead and do for Magic Internet Money. This is going to be the same thing with a lot of these Solana meme tokens, right? Or Solana tokens. As you see, they're going to be at this bottom. And where I would find interest in Magic Internet Money, it's also going to be once we hit this 0.02 cent area. So that would take us roughly, let's go ahead and look at the market cap because for meme tokens on Solana, I think it's always best to take a look at their market caps. Is the best way to read them. And we're going to go ahead and check that right now. So let's go ahead and look at that together. Solana. That one sounds pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So Magic Internet Money. Let's go ahead and change it to market cap. Alrighty. It looks like it's definitely getting some buying pressure, guys. You can see this. There's definitely more buying pressure than selling pressure. Because there's probably a lot of people thinking the same exact thing that you and I are thinking right now, right? So I would consider buying Magic Internet Money or loading up heavily at around this 3 million mark. Like if we could see Magic Internet Money run up to that 3 million, which would be taking us right here, and then coming back down to this 2.5 million, this is going to definitely indicate that Magic Internet Money is going to go up, right? So this is a very similar thing that we saw with Gari token. Same thing. As you see, bottom has been found, and then we're going to go ahead and see that little 1x pump to go ahead and confirm that the token has finally found its bottom, right? So Magic Internet Money is one to go ahead and put on your list. Obviously, this is not financial advice, guys. It's solely my opinion. Magic Internet Money is one of them. Crody is one of them that I've been very, very bullish on, and I'm patiently waiting for my position to pay off, right? So there's two case scenarios right now with Crody, unfortunately, and it is looking a little scary. I'm not gonna go ahead and lie to you, but we are seeing this buying pressure finally come in and kick in, which is a good sign for me personally. All right, let's go ahead and look into the smaller time frames and tell you what I'm currently looking at. And as you can see, this is a very similar structure to what we saw right here with our other token, Magic Internet Money. If we go ahead and duplicate this page right here, and we go ahead and compare the charts, you're going to see a resemblance similar to this other token, as you see, watch. And as I mentioned, this all has to do with the fact that it's a Solana token, right? I'm not even following their Twitter. The Twitter got banned, bro. So I don't follow any of that BS. I just look at the charts, guys. That's all I do. It's very, very simple, right? It's simple, but it's not simple. With Gari, this is what I actually want to show you, right? So Gari has been within this range right here at around the 7 million. I actually loaded up on Gari at this bottom right here at around this 3 million mark. Like literally, this is where I loaded up on Gari at around 3 million, right? So I told a lot of you when everybody was hyping it up around this range right here, somewhere over here, I told all of you that I was going to wait for that crash to happen before I consider throwing in some money into this. And that's exactly what I did, right? Everybody was calling it out right here. I said, I'm going to wait I saw that dump. I looked back into the charts and I'm like, dude, this is a no-brainer. This thing has dumped over 90%. Like, a lot of people got wrecked. Let me go ahead and buy the bottom, right? So now, is this the bottom? Well, I'm hoping, and it's not looking the best. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's looking a little scary right now. But I was betting on a couple indicators: this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which kind of did break out, and then this cup and handle pattern right now with what we're seeing. So I mean, there's not much room for Crody right now, to be honest. If we do continue to lose the support right here at around that 5 million market cap, Crody might be left with a fake out where we might see it come back down to this 3 million and then see this reversal come back up, or Crody just crashes all the way down and it's done. It goes lower than the 3 million market cap, and we just got all caught slipping thinking that this was going to hit a 10x, right? So right now with Crody, I'm hoping right now, based on my position that I'm in, I'm hoping to at least get a nice little return. Not too big, guys. Look at this. I'm only looking to make a 3x return on this. It's going to be a nice little decent amount of cash. It's not going to be too crazy with what I'm going to be getting based on what I threw in, but it's going to be a nice little return, right? It's going to be a couple grand. So that's what I'm looking at with Crody. Like I said, with these Solana tokens, you just want to make your money and you want to be out. As you see, my price target is not a 20x. My price target is not a 30x. It's not a 60x. It's not a 100x. And that's where most people lose out, right? Because you guys are all hoping, crossing your fingers and wishing you could go ahead and get that 100x overnight. And instead of taking profits, as you should, and if you were holding on to Crody and you got in at these zones right here, you had plenty of time to take profits. Now, the greed took over and didn't allow you to do that, right? So these are the times where you want to be buying. You want to be buying within these ranges right here after a massive correction, because it's an easy win, guys. It's an easy win, and the same thing is going on with AMC and GameStop, which is what I'm going to show you right now. Why it could be a pretty good opportunity to also consider as we see the market reverse, right? So if Crody does reverse, I'm okay with a nice little 3x, guys. I'm not tripping about anything less than that. I'm not too concerned. I'm not too worried, because as I mentioned, the whole goal here is to compound your money, right? Throw in a couple $100, throw in a couple grand, make a couple grand, you make your money, you're out, and you go on to the next pump and dump, because that's what all these tokens are. Can Crody surprise all of us and have Crody make new all-time highs hitting at 100x? It's possible. I'm not going to be bag holding till then. I'm going to go ahead and probably sell like 50% of my bag as we start hitting that 3x, and then slowly, gradually continue to sell if the token continues to go up, right? But I'm not going to go ahead and hold my bag diamond hands from over here all the way up hoping for that 100 million, because not only is that how you get wrecked, but that's how you lose money just for waiting for that token to finally do a reversal, right? And the whole goal here is for you to find swing trades. If you can swing trade a lot of these positions in and out, find a little 3x, a 5x, a 10x, flip your money quickly in and out, and you're on to the next. One, you're not going to be emotionally attached to any of these tokens. Two, you're not going to be wasting your time freaking jerking each other off at the Telegram group, seeing what's going on. You just look at what's in front of us. The data is telling us that, you know, there could be a possibility of a reversal, and if it reverses, you make your little 2-3x, you sell your bags, and if you really believe in it, only take 30 to 50% profits, rotate that money into another project or another project that's getting ready to take off, and you just rinse and repeat, and you just add to the bag that you're very bullish on. Let's say, for example, if Crody does hit 100 million market cap next, I might just sell at this 3x 50% of my bag. I would be okay with that, because not only am I taking my initial, but I'm also taking profits, right? So once that happens, the rest of the money is pretty much just free money on the table, right? So once I take my profits and take my initials, I could literally let the rest of the money ride and still make money on that moon bag, whatever it is, right? Maybe I might not be able to take advantage of that 10x up front, but I will get a chance of not getting wrecked by the market and having the market crash on you again, right? So when it comes to Solana meme tokens, guys, you just want to make your money and you want to be out. You don't want to be attached to a lot of these. I think the ones that are, there is going to be a few that are going to be worth it. Maybe Crody's going to be the next big one that hits a billion. I don't know. I don't care, and I'm not going to bet on that yet. I'm just going to go with, if the market's giving me signs that, you know, the top is not 40 million or let's say 20 million, then I will consider holding on to it. But as I mentioned, one thing you have to keep in mind is that there's a lot of people that are still bag holding from here, from here, from here, from here. So as Crody starts to go up, guess what's going to naturally happen? People that are still holding on to their bags, they might just break even or sell at a loss. So also not having enough buying pressure, right? So we'll see where things go. Things could change. Maybe crash pumps Crody again and ascends to millions. That'd be really cool. But as I mentioned, right now Crody is at some very critical areas in my opinion, and it's not looking the most bullish right now. We are seeing a lot more selling pressure than buying pressure in my opinion. It's showing us more buying pressure here, but I think we could be doing better, right? So I'm not getting my hopes up. This play could play off really, really bad, honestly. But fingers crossed that Solana does continue to pump this night, and we do see Crody and the following tokens also pump, because what we could be possibly seeing is Crody getting this rejection right here, and then just seeing it consolidate here before we see that massive breakout, which is very possible with what we're seeing with Magic Internet Money, where literally the same thing, guys. So this is very, very scary. I might consider exiting out of my position on Crody at break even or whatever the case is, because it is looking very similar to this, where it reversed and then it's kind of struggled and it just ends up falling another 50% down, right? So keep that in mind. That could happen with Crody. So we are definitely at some very critical areas in my opinion, if you are looking to go ahead and trade Crody. So we'll see where things go. It's not giving me the most confidence right now in the market, I'm going to be honest though. So fingers crossed. Hopefully this does good. Worst comes to worst, we're just going to have to go ahead and hold our bag for the longer run, right? So we'll see where things go with this. But Crody, hopefully we could go ahead and have a nice little reversal on that. Another token that I'm very bullish on is Alex Jones. I actually did just get a paid offer with Alex Jones, literally. I think yesterday. I think it was yesterday or today. So I just got a paid offer from Alex Jones. So I'm going to be making a video on it. So yes, I am getting paid to go ahead and make content on Alex Jones. So just a disclaimer. So obviously I am going to pump it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yes, I do have interest in this. One, because I did believe in the token. So when I got reached out with a price, I gave him a price. And I told him that I wanted to get paid in Alex Jones tokens, because I really believed in Alex Jones too. So I do think this is also going to be taking off very soon. Chicago, how's it going, bro? They do a lot of like these memes on it, so I'm not sure if any of you know who Alex Jones is. I'm assuming a lot of you do, but if you don't, just search him up. He's this big person that is really heavily into speaking the truth, I guess. I mean, maybe we could see a video together. Hopefully we don't get demonetized or anything, but let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
Welcome back to Meme Wars. Today we're tearing into some heavy globalist schemes with none other than Tucker Carlson. Tucker, thanks for joining us today. Bowden's proposing a 10-year funding bonanza for the Ukraine. It's like they're begging for World War III, locking us into another decade of conflict and chaos. Just look at them partying it up. This is where your money's going, folks. Funding wild parties with cocaine and hookers. What's your take on this madness?
Alex, it's total insanity. This isn't just about Ukraine.
So it just says like a lot of like political stuff. So, there's a whole entire sector in the political meme token. So we'll see where things go with that. I think this is very, very bullish. So I'll be making a video on this very soon. As I said, it is a paid sponsor video. So I do expect a lot of content from Alex Jones in the next coming days. But let's go ahead and read some comments real quick. Hi, John. Ponky on Soul is killing it. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ponky. We have Chicago. How's it going, bro? Hope you're having a good one. Let's go ahead and talk about Ponky. I believe this is a regular Ponky, right? Yeah. It's the same Ponky Crash is promoting. You gotta be very careful, guys, when any influencer is promoting any token, because you are gonna see that initial pump and dump. So let's go ahead and read these comments real quick. Crody was at 42 million a week ago. The peak of its hype, it only took 3 to 4 days. Then the hype that it only took top only hours to drop in the 4th or 5th day. Crody is raging. Peeps getting their exit liquidity, bot buys and sells, and those smart enough to take advantage of the ranging. Yeah, dude, 100%. So, as I said with Crody, right now it's at a very critical area, and it's looking honestly more bearish than bullish. So I might have to go ahead and take a hit on this position. I don't know, because if Solana does break out, like let's say for example, if Solana was to make some all-time highs by tomorrow, or it continues to break out, we could go ahead and continue to see that run-up rally on the Solana meme tokens, right? So I'm just betting on the market more, bro, to be honest. But yeah, I agree with you. Crody, I'm not in for the Crody hype, guys. I really don't care about the Crody hype. I'm not in their Telegram. I don't even know what's going on. I'm not in their Twitter. I don't know, and I don't care. All I'm looking at is what the charts are telling me. And the charts were bullish at this point right here, but if we do continue to lose the support, it's going to be extremely, extremely bearish. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the hype. I'm not looking at any of that. I mean, keep in mind, we're still at $1.33 million in volume. We're still seeing a lot of buying pressure. I'm not seeing any bot orders unless these are like pretty good masked bots. Typically, you could go ahead and check when bots are buying tokens. It'll tell you when it's a bot. I'm not seeing any buying pressure. I mean, you can see this right here. This is the bot. But you know what I mean? You could tell when it's a bot that's trading a lot of these tokens. I'm not sure there's other tools you can use to check. Maybe Deck Screener shows it better. But so far, I haven't really seen any major red flags for Crody besides the fact that we're not seeing enough buying pressure. Like, I would like to see a lot more buying pressure. And maybe this is the guy, man. I mean, look at this guy right here. This probably is a bot then. I mean, this thing has over $38,000 that it has bought. So this is a whale that has literally just been accumulating and has over $38,000. Like, who the heck knows who this whale is? So maybe it's a bot. I don't know. Let's see who the top trader was. The top trader bought for 128 and sold $1 million. Profit and loss 921,000. That's insane, bro. So with Crody, as I mentioned though, like, it's concerning, but it hasn't given me that full-on red flag yet. It is giving me that red flag though. It's not looking too good, to be honest. And we are breaking out of this, look, which is what I don't want to see. Like, we do need a reversal very soon. Like, if we see it fall below 5 million, guys, it's not going to look too good for Crody. It's not going to look too good for Crody if it breaks below 5 million right here. This is going to indicate that it's going to go down even lower. So if you are in positions looking to swing trade on Crody like myself, you might want to have to either take a loss or dollar cost average, or just hold your position, because there's a high probability, honestly, at this point, that we could come back down to this $3 million range, entertain this area before we see this breakout once again. So it's not looking too good for Crody, bro, to be honest. It's looking bearish. I mean, look at this. Bearish. Like, I really hope we see a reversal right here. Narratives plus attention economy. No one cares about Drake's cat. Yeah, I agree. As I said though, a lot of this doesn't matter whether you care about it or not. Like, I don't think Crody's even a bullish narrative in my opinion alone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like the meme itself. So, like, to me, I'm not emotionally attached to any of this. Like, I really don't care what the token does. As long as it pumps then I'm willing to trade it. If it's showing me signs that it's not going up and it's not showing bullish momentum, then that's when I start changing my opinion on a token. But I really don't care how strong a narrative is or not, because at the end of the day, if the fundamentals as far as the technical side of things are showing a strength of volatility coming in, it doesn't matter how strong a narrative is. You know, if it's destined to pump because it's either artificially pumped or it's showing signs of bullish activity coming in, you just take advantage of that ride. You don't go against it, right? So obviously I have been bullish with Crody for quite a long time now, and I've been patiently waiting. But honestly, realistically speaking, it's not looking the best. So unless some massive whale just comes in or starts buying in the next 2 to 3 hours, then we're safe. But it's not looking good, guys. It's Coyote's not looking good at this range, and we need a reversal soon, because if we do fall below 5 million, this thing's done. Honestly. Classic, how are you doing? Chicago says Ponky has a large community. Crash plays a small role in his little speck of the internet. Ponky has regular content that makes people relate and laugh. Nice. Hi, John. You think Andy dumps while base is looking weak? Let's go ahead and see Andy. Enough with all the freaking Solana meme tokens. Oh, yeah, we forgot to talk about Ponky. We'll talk about Ponky, actually. So let's go ahead and talk about Ponky, because we might have to exit our Crody play just to go ahead and enter a Ponky. If it's giving us signs, not with FOMO, because it's already freaking pumped 50%. Yeah, I'm not getting in this. I missed out the run. I mean, you could probably swing trade it a little bit more. Realistically, it's probably going to go up a little higher. But yeah, I'm not going to throw my money in this. I'm cool. I'm okay. I'm chilling like a chinchilla. I'm okay on throwing money on this right now. But yeah, Ponky, that was definitely something I was considering having as a long. I think Ponky is going to be one of those that's going to be worth holding on long term. That alongside with Myro. So I'd wait for that 60% dump if you can with Ponky as soon as it tops. It might top around 400 million. Maybe it tops at 300 mil. We don't know that yet. So we'll see where it tops. But I don't think it's going to go any higher than 400 million. Then we're going to see this major correction at around a 70 to 80% correction, and this is where we're going to start buying. So I'll definitely keep my eyes on Ponky. Thank you for that play. It's already right here. So I've been taking a look at it for a few days, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and keep our eyes on Ponky, see how that does. But yeah, I'm going to wait for that 80% retracement first on Ponky. So far right now, Magic Internet Money Jones is another project that I would consider dollar cost averaging into. Crody, if the hype comes back again, but right now I'm a little neutral, leaning more towards a bearish on Crody, so I might have to exit some positions on that. And then Ponky, I'm bullish, but I'm not going to be buying right now, so I'll wait for an 80% correction on that. Now, with AMC and GME, I've noticed that with AMC and GME, they follow the stock market. So whatever the stock market AMC or GME is doing, the crypto related assets going to do the similar thing, right? So this is the GME on Solana, and now if we go ahead and take a look at GME on the stock market, you're going to see that it's literally almost like the same exact freaking chart, right? And which is good and bad. So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily on GME. Look at that. This is the GME on the stock market, and this is the GME on crypto. Literally same freaking thing, bro. So as soon as I start seeing a bottom for GME in the stock market, I think they issued over 50 million or 20 million shares today. GME stock shares. They ended up doing something with shares today. I think they ended up releasing new shares. Okay, right here. See if we can read this real quick. GME enters 45 million share ATM agreement. I don't know what that means. They've done 2 open market sale agreements or sales agreements with Jeffrey LLC on May 17th for 45 million shares. So I've heard that they issued some new shares into the market for GME. So we're going to see how this reacts, but I'm going to be looking at the GME stock, and then I'm going to go ahead and start trading my position into the crypto, and I'm just going to be following it because so far it has been following it identically. I mean, you see how many days it's been on the red. You're seeing the same thing with the one on Sol and the same thing with AMC if I pull out the chart on AMC, right? So just be aware of this. I'm keeping my eyes on this. So as a bottom comes in, I do believe it might have a quick little reversal for the AMC and GME where we're going to start seeing this go like this. And that could be by tomorrow maybe. So we could probably start seeing another run up with GME and AMC if the hype still continues. So don't forget about this, dude. Don't think that this party's over yet. I think this party's going to continue. But then the next leg up is going to be breaking over 40 million or 30 million on AMC. And then it's going to go ahead and do another pump and dump. And it's going to come back down. And it's going to break it, making you all-time highs. People are going to be screaming. People are going to get wrecked. And it's going to be the same shit over again, all right? So just be very, very careful. This is what I'm going to be waiting for, AMC and GME on this. Thankfully, I got into Ponky position about a week ago. Nice. Another token crash push. Yeah, I've been looking at Ponky for a while. I just stopped trading it. I also picked up a bag of Hunter Biden. I think anything with presidents and anything with any kind of political token, I think it's very, very bullish. So this is very bullish. We're definitely seeing some volume pick up. So let's look into the charts on this. This is definitely something I'm going to keep on my list. With this right here, what we're seeing. Let's go into market cap. So I think a lot of these like presidential, like government, whatever the case is, people in office tokens are really going to do anything that's political is going to take off, especially with the presidential selection coming around in the US in November. So I do think there's going to be a lot of hype with these tokens. So we should also consider positioning ourselves in those. I'm not too good at these tokens. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not my cup of tea. But we are seeing, obviously, a strong momentum to the upside on Hunter Biden, on Solana. And I would say definitely it would be considered a bullish indicator. If we do see a break above this 4 million market cap right here, this is going to be our indicator to buy. That's if you're able to catch it. Maybe just dollar cost average, you're very bullish in it. Maybe it's the website. Maybe it's the Telegram group. But I do expect some sort of run up like this to 22 million market cap, and that would be taking us over a 9x. So that's kind of my point of view with the Solana tokens. As I mentioned, I feel like a lot of these Solana tokens will take off. Now, regarding base, I'm still very bullish on base. I haven't even looked at my base bag, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I would have normally been checking every day how base is doing, and I haven't even checked once. I'm at this point right now where I kind of realize that base tokens are gonna pump when they want to pump. And they're more of that longer term play. They're not going to do what we want them to do, right? Like Andy has been doing very, very bad these last couple of days. It has just been literally in this range, consolidating, is also at this point of control, showing this inverse head and shoulders pattern with this cup and handle pattern. So if Andy does get rejected alongside with a lot of these tokens, we will be seeing Andy come back down to this 9 million and below market cap. So we could be seeing a potential correction of Andy if it does continue to get rejected of over 79%. So am I still bullish on that? Of course. It just means that, you know, the market's not going to pump when we want it to pump. And that's the reason why I'm considering Solana meme token positions. Why? Because if I could go ahead and make a 9, a 3 to 5, a 6, a 10x on Solana meme tokens right now as the hype is there, I'm going to go ahead and make my money on Solana and throw my gains into projects that I really believe in, such as Andy. I wouldn't mind throwing a couple grand on Andy, but I would definitely not do that with Solana tokens. I wouldn't throw a couple grand on Solana tokens. I think 2 grand's maybe the max for me. I wouldn't throw any more than that unless it's like a higher cap Solana token, such as Myro, and those other higher cap market caps. But I wouldn't throw in thousands of dollars at very low market caps for Solana, right? I do feel more comfortable with Ethereum though. Like I wouldn't mind throwing in 3-4 grand on Ethereum tokens as opposed to Solana tokens. So that's kind of my narrative. I mean, I'm waiting to go ahead and get paid. I don't get paid till next week, I believe. So I'm just patiently waiting to add to my positions. As soon as I get paid, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in add on to my bag on Andy, add on to my bag on Benny, and then add on to another bag on and I'm more than likely going to now position myself on GME again, because I was in GME early on since over here. I was in under 1 million and I ended up selling like right here, dude. I think I sold right here before we saw this takeoff. And we saw that rejection, and this is where the whole entire GME short squeeze bullshit happened. And we saw it follow with a 5x. But see, a 5x is not that crazy. But and that's what I'm telling you with these base tokens. That's what we're seeing, a 10x. Maybe if we get lucky a 30x, but we're not seeing crazy pumps, guys. So that's why I'm kind of betting that these base tokens are going to be more of a longer term, 3 to 6 month period. I wouldn't mind throwing in my money, letting it sit there, do its thing. I really don't care. But my active bags to trade, I think, is Solana, man. I think Solana might be the play. So I am looking at either leverage trading Solana right now, trading Solana meme tokens. So I'm going to go ahead and see where I want to go. If the Solana meme token trading's not working for me, I'm just going to trade Solana itself, because I still will make some very decent money on just leverage trading Solana on its own, right? But as being exposed to Solana, meme tokens would be the best. So that's why I'm considering Solana meme tokens now, because I realize that Solana is going to be pumping in the next coming days, and that's going to go ahead and have the Solana meme tokens take off, giving us 10, 20, 30, 50, maybe 100 X's, where we can make that money and deploy it into real projects like base tokens. You know, I would like to have a couple grand in Pepe. That's like my goal before this bull run starts taking off, and Pepe's going to take off very soon, guys. So like we're like running on a tight schedule right now, where if you were like me, where you freaking did a lot of degenerate stuff these last couple months and didn't load up on bags, you know, the market's getting ready to take off without us. So you gotta kind of be a little careful in how you're throwing your money around, right? So don't be, you know, gambling a lot of this money on Solana meme tokens right now, because I do think that Pepe is also getting ready to pump soon. Look, I mean, look at Pepe right here. We do see this massive inverse head and shoulders pattern, bullish, and now we're being followed with this cup and handle pattern. So we're going to be having a blast off very soon in the coming weeks for Pepe as well, alongside with, you know, Myro and all these other tokens. So this is the reason why I would rather just not have too much risk, where I'm throwing my money into very dumb tokens that might not help me do anything and chase pumps, as opposed to, you know, let me go ahead and load up on a few projects, play it safer, and then have a degenerate bag where I'm trading that bag, and then I'm throwing that bag into the projects that I actually believe in, such as base. Like I wouldn't trust having too much money on Solana to begin with, to be honest. That's just me. I wouldn't do that, because a lot of these Solana tokens are not going to last. So most of these are probably going to still pump, but they're not going to be like nothing, in my opinion, as close to what base is going to do. But this is Myro right here. So Myro, I also think it's going to be hitting $1 this next run up. So with Myro, this is also at an accumulation zone, and this is at 4x. A 4x is not life changing, but if you could put in 5 grand, 3 grand, 4 grand into Myro, and you could go to sleep comfortably knowing that you're not going to get rugged because it's 192 million market cap, you could comfortably say that Myro is going to hit a 4x this bull run. Whether it's next week, in 2 weeks, in 6 months, I don't know. But that's like a guaranteed 4x, right? So wouldn't you go to sleep comfortably if you had 10 grand on this? You get a 4x, that's 40 grand right there. You know what I mean? So these are the kind of projects you want to be more exposed to with throwing more money, because they're more more of a guaranteed. Now, I'm not saying Myro's top is going to be $1. I'm sure it's probably going to, hit $5 this bull run. Maybe it hits like about $5, maybe $3. But even with then, we're talking about, 20x still. And if it does hit that $5, it's about a 30x. So if you're comfortably able to throw in, let's say, which I would never do in any other project, if you could go ahead and throw in, 3 grand into, like, let's say Myro, and you're getting the 30x, you're going to be getting about $90,000. So that's not that bad of a trade, guys. Keep in mind, it might not happen overnight, but, risking, in my opinion, did I do the calculations right? I think I did it wrong. Let me double check. Yeah, it is right. 3,000. So I mean, risking $3,000 is not that bad, guys. It's not that bad of a risk, in my opinion. Now, I learned the hard way that you don't want to be risking no more than like $20,000 leverage trading tokens. And it's specifically like Solana. I wouldn't throw in no more than, like, I think my biggest bag on Solana, if I was really, really bullish on a project, it would be no more than 10 grand at the lower cap market caps. Now, at 193 million market cap, if I had 10 grand laying around, I wouldn't mind throwing 50 grand into this, because this is a guaranteed freaking 4x, guys. So if you could go ahead and throw in, 50 grand and do a 4x, then that's like a very safe return. But I wouldn't throw in 20 grand into, let's say, Crody. Like, I would have to have some insider information, or I have to be a pure degenerate to go ahead and do that kind of money, because that's a super high risk with, in my opinion, not that high of a reward, So just be very careful, because you could get, attracted to the shiny object, where we will see a lot of these tokens run up, and the greed will begin to kick in. Now, the problem comes in, as the greed starts to kick in, you're not protecting your bags, right? Because all it takes for you is to make money and then start losing all the money on some dumb plays. So that's why I would say make your dumb money on Solana, throw 80% of that, 50% of that into base or any other token you believe in. Let's say you believe in Cardano, load up on that shit, and then if you were to lose 50% of your bag on Solana, you're good, because you made more than enough money, profits. Yes, it sucks. You probably lost 50% or 30%, but you have a safer alternative, like a safety, just in case you lose all your money on Solana, because you will. I'm going to tell you, you're going to lose all your freaking money on Solana, bro. I'm telling you from freaking experience. You make money on Solana and then you start losing it if you keep on deploying that money into Solana. You're not taking it out. If you're not moving your money from Solana to another blockchain, you're going to end up losing all your freaking money you made from Solana. Yeah, that's just facts. I'm telling you from what I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, yeah, man, I made a couple grand, but I lost some of my money. How'd you lose it? Oh, I was just, trading on these other shit coins. Why'd you keep on trading? Well, because I just made a 30x on the last one. I was trying to do it again. You're going to get lucky. You're going to hit a lot of 30x's, 40x's, 50x's, but then you're going to start losing money. Trust me, man. Trust me on that. So that's why I'm very careful and I'm conservative when it comes to Solana meme tokens. I'm very, very, I don't really trust it, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very skeptical with Solana tokens in general now, just because I know the shadiness that goes behind all of what we're seeing, right? Especially with Solana. But if you have the what is it called, if you have the capability of holding on through that, you're gonna make a lot of money. I have a buddy of mine that threw in 5 grand, I think it was, on Alex Jones, and he made about like $75,000 in a week and a half, or like a week. But he got in at like under $1 million in market cap, and he threw in 5 grand. I would never freaking do that, you know what I mean? But then again, he had a decent bag to throw that kind of money, where if he was to lose 5 grand, losing 5 grand wouldn't make much to his portfolio, because he was already diversified on other assets. So the 5 grand, if he was to lose it, it'd be okay. So that's what I'm saying. The goal is to get to the point where you could deploy higher riskier capital, whether that's $15,000. I mean, look at freaking um, Crash. Yes, he might have some insider information, whatever the case is, but if you're able to risk $15,000 knowing it could go to zero, that means you're in a pretty good position to make a lot of money, because he risked $15,000 and his position was worth $5 million, right? But if you only had $15,000 to your name, that's the stupidest thing you could go ahead and do, because there's a high probability the play will go against you. And it's happened to me trading meme tokens, where I put in 20 grand into a meme token thinking that I was going to make $500,000, over in the next couple of days. And if the play went against me because I was playing leverage, I got liquidated. So see, that kind of took me out of my game. So I, grew it back from $100 to 20 grand, threw the 20 grand into a token because I wanted to flip my money quick. And then all it took was one mistake and I lost all that money that took me 2 weeks to make. I lost it all in one day, in one trade. If I would have been a little bit smarter and not greedy, I would have been like, okay, I believe in this position, let me just throw in 5 grand. And if the trade's going in my favor, let me throw in more money. But I didn't do that. I was greedy and I threw in all my money in one play trying to hit that home run. And that's what a lot of people will do this season. And you will make it. Trust me, you will make 30, 40, 50 X's. But as you get more greedy and cocky, because you're hitting these plays back to back, you're going to go ahead and get to a point where you start losing money. And this is facts. This is what happens to every freaking trader and investor. The moment you start freaking making money, you think you're a freaking genius, you think you're freaking the smartest person alive, and you have this ego that you're just going against what you're seeing, and you're just trading based off emotions. And that's the moment you start to lose not only your freaking mind, bro, but you'll start to lose your money. And then you're going to be in the cycle where you're just chasing these pumps and dumps, or you're in the cycle where when you make a couple grand, you lose everything, you're restarting your portfolio every couple months, like I have since November. I've literally started a portfolio these last couple months because I've been trying to make my losses very quick, and I make the money and I lose it off of one dumb trade, So like, that's why now at this point, I'm not even chasing these pumps. I don't even care if a token does a 30, 60x without me. There's going to be plenty of more opportunities. The best game right here that I've noticed now and I've realized is that as long as you go ahead and stack your bags, play it safe, you could do the degeneracy trading if you want, do that, do the gambling, do it, that's okay. But as long as you're putting a nice percentage into tokens you really believe in, and you're playing the 6 month to 8 month period mindset, you're going to be good. Because if I would have thrown in that 20 grand into like even the safest freaking altcoin, I would have made over 100 grand if I would have just waited 6 months or 3 months, but I didn't want to. So the name of the game is patience. Your token might not run up today, it might not run up tomorrow, but it will run up. And you have to be ready for that moment when it does run up. And when it does run up, you have to be ready to take profits. Don't try to hit that home run where you're going to be a millionaire overnight holding one token. The whole goal is to gradually make money, where if you start with a small portfolio, whether it's a couple grand, 10 grand, 100 grand, there's people that have different there are different positions in lives and have different money to play with, right? Some of you have a couple grand to play with. Some of you might be entering $10,000-$20,000 trades. Some of you might be trading with $200, right? Everything is the same thing as long as you look at it in percentages. It doesn't matter really the value of the number. It doesn't matter if you have 10 grand, if you have 20 grand, if you have 2 grand. As long as you have a proper risk management and you are looking at percentages, you're going to be able to multiply your money a lot quicker and consistently, as opposed to sticking to this number. 20 grand, you have this number in your mind. No, don't stick to that. Just stick to percentages. Compound interest pretty much is what we're trying to do, is where you slowly, gradually grow your bag. And you want to get to the point where you could go ahead and drop $20,000 into a meme token. And if you were to lose it, you would be okay. That's where you really make the big money. I mean, you could throw in 20 grand with no problem. And if you were to lose it all, you don't care because you have $2 million available cash ready. You know what I mean? That's the kind of leverage you want to have. Now, if you're not in that position, the goal would be to get to that position, because the more money you have As simple as it sounds, the easier it is for you to make money. If you have 20 grand, all you need, keep in mind, a 3x, and you're already making like 60 G's, bro. In a day, that's not bad. Making the 60 grand trade in a day is not bad, right? So it's all about the perspective, the goal, the mindset that you have, and what you're planning on doing with that money, right? So just be patient. This bull run still has a few more months left, I think, in my opinion. Maybe it might be over by 2025. I don't know. Maybe it gets extended into 2027. Obviously, the economy's not doing any better. So, yeah, we're obviously in a recession too. So, there's more opportunities that are going to come, guys. I bought some Conan when Crash first brought it over a month ago. Still waiting for it to pump. Yeah, and a lot of the lessons that I've learned too, guys, is that I've learned that there's been positions where I was so impatient because I'm seeing my other friends make money. And I'm taking my gum, by the way, out of my mouth. I've been in positions where I see my friends making all this money, and I'm just like, bro, like, I haven't made anything, and I'm trying to catch up, and then I lose money. So, like, for a lot of you, maybe being in a group is encouraging and motivating. But for me, I can't have that. I have to be alone. I can't be looking at what other people are doing. I can't be looking at what you're doing, the kind of money you're making, because I don't want to have that on my head. I want to just focus on myself, focus on my trades, focus on my plays. That's why for me, Telegram groups, I can't do them, bro. I just can't. I've tried them. I tried doing the networking thing with trading. I just can't do it. I just can't. I always lose money that way. For some people, it might work, where you have that alpha group on Discord, Telegram, whatever the case is, where you make money. That's why all the plays that I come with are usually plays that I see value in. What I'm telling you is based on what I believe in, not based on what people are telling me. Now, if you show me a project, I might agree to disagree, and I might be, oh, thank you for bringing that up. But 10 out of 10, everything that I'm telling you when it comes to projects, unless I'm getting paid, and I'll give you a disclosure, just like I told you with Alex Jones, I'll let you know my honest opinion on it, whether I agree with it or I don't agree with it. And 10 out of 10, most of the plays people bring to my attention, I'm probably not going to invest in it, because I only invest and trade in things that I believe in. And that's what I suggest all of you to do as well. Only invest into what you believe in. I might be wrong about a play. Maybe Crody is the one that's going to change your life. I don't freaking know, and I don't care. We all have to be in this thing where you do what you believe in, and that's what you should stick to. The moment you start getting influenced by other people, especially when it comes to trading, in my opinion, is the moment you start to lose money, at least for me. I don't think there's been one time where I've followed people's calls and I've made money. I always lose freaking money. So for me, I've noticed, for my personality, for my mental health, and the way I'm going to go ahead and trade is if I stick to what I believe in. You could be the most bear. Do you know how many people were bearish about Pepe 2.0 when I was trading it? And I made a lot of freaking money. You know how many people were bearish about AMC when not this last pump, but the previous pump, and it pumped, and then I was right again? And you know how many times I've been right on Bitcoin, and people still go against the belief? I'm not going to change my perspective, and I expect all of you to do the same thing. Stick to what you believe. We might have an agreement to a disagreement, and that's okay. We're humans. We're not supposed to have the same point of view. That's the beauty about trading, technical analysis, and crypto, is that you could come up with your own perspective, and you might be right. But the whole goal, in my opinion, is not to go ahead and be, hey guys, look, I freaking told you in your face, I made all this money, I'm better than you. No, that's not what the point is. The point is for everybody to have the opportunity to look for opportunities to make money. Now, it's up to you to take those opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities I missed out that friends tell me about, and they're making all this money. It's on me, you know what I mean? I'm the only person to blame. So that's why I tell you, stick to what you believe in. You're going to be more confident and more comfortable in a lot of your trades. Like, for example, Crody, I'm comfortable in it. I really believe that this thing's going to pump. I'm okay with being wrong. Maybe it doesn't do what I'm thinking, but I think this thing's going to pump. And as long as I believe it, that's all that matters, because I believe that the charts are telling me that there's a possibility that it could pump. Right now, it's at a very, very, very critical bearish area. I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm telling you honestly, there's a possibility, a high chance that my trade might go against me, and this trade went against me. And it is what it is. There's nothing you could freaking do about it. The moment you do not want to go ahead and accept that you're wrong is the moment you lose. It's okay being wrong. It's okay not being able to call every top and bottom. It's okay. It's okay missing out on that last 20, 30x, right? It's okay. There's always going to be more opportunities. As long as you're willing to grow, as long as you're willing to change, and as long as you're willing to accept your mistakes, you're going to be able to make a lot of money, not just in this space of crypto, but you're going to be able to look at life differently, as opposed to being too scared to take risks, being too scared to be wrong. It doesn't freaking matter, bro. So whether I'm wrong on this trade, your guys are going to be able to see live if I'm wrong on it. You might see if I'm right live. I really don't care about the outcome regardless of the fact. And that's the kind of mindset all of you should have, you know. Kitty, this is one of them that we have been seeing it pump. This thing's also doing an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's getting ready to pump as well. So I'm going to be considering opening a position on this if Crody does well. Because if Crody doesn't do well, dude, I'm screwed. I am freaking screwed. So fingers crossed. But look at Roaring Kitty right here. Roaring Kitty, let's go ahead and take a look at the market cap. This would be a pretty good position to enter in as well if we look at the smaller time frames. If we could go ahead and see a break and hold above, roughly we would like to see Roaring Kitty break and hold above 8 million. You're going to be missing on a 2x right there, or like a double, but it's okay. We want to wait for confirmation, right guys? That's what you could either make a lot of money getting in early right here, or you could make medium money but with a safer alternative if you wait for it to come touch the 8 million market cap. So I'm going to be waiting on Roaring Kitty. This could be another position, but if you've noticed, a lot of these positions look very similar. It's not a coincidence, and it has to do with Solana going up in value. Look at this right here. We might have a nice little Solana run over the weekend. Look at this. So there's no coincidence that a lot of these Solana tokens are getting ready to finally start taking off again. But we're going to see how long Solana is going to stay within this range. I think there's a possibility Solana is probably going to come back down to around 169, and then probably try to come back up before seeing that breakout. So I do expect some sort of shakeout on the meme tokens. And that's why I'm not panicking too much, because worst comes to worst is that Crody and a lot of these Solana meme tokens don't take off until mid next week. That's the worst case scenario, in my opinion. I don't think anything else would be happening. I feel like a lot of these projects have found their bottom, and if Crody's bottom is not in right now, it's going to reverse back in 3 to 6 months. So just keep that in mind. Any other tokens you guys want me to go ahead and review or talk about? I mean, I think the Solana / Bitcoin dominance was very, very important to view, because that's something I was aware of. And when I was doing research 2 days ago, I was amazed by that. I was like, damn, dude, I'm like, I hate Solana, but I should probably start being exposed to Solana, because I will get wrecked if I'm not part of the Solana meme tokens that are going to be trading, right? We do see the fear and greed right now at 73 in greed on Bitcoin. I also want to go ahead and talk about, let's take a look at the heat map and see if there's any liquidations for Bitcoin coming up. And so far we've nailed the liquidations with Bitcoin. This is why we've been seeing these run-ups. Bitcoin has been having a short squeeze, guys. So there's no reason why anybody should be surprised. So we do see about 57.91 million of shorts are going to get liquidated at 67,644. So I didn't actually talk about that today. So let's go ahead and take a look at how far away we are. We're at 67,000. What is it? 67,644. 67644. 67644. Where is it at? 67644. So it'd be roughly around right here. So let's see how far away we are, dude. We're not that far away. That's crazy. Let's see. Okay, so we're literally about, what kind of move are we away? We're about a 1% move. If you just want to say a 1.5, just to be fair, but it's really like a 1% move from over 50 million shorts getting liquidated. 57 million shorts getting liquidated at 67,644. So we're about a 1% move on Bitcoin doing that. And guess what's going to happen, guys? Once we get those shorts getting triggered, we're going to have a short squeeze. So we're going to see Bitcoin pump. This is why, like, I didn't even see the liquidation charts today. I'm going to be honest with you. So I don't want to pretend like I knew that. But this is why I've been bullish on all of this. This is why I've been telling all of you we should be considering exposing ourselves to the meme tokens, the altcoins, and start getting ready to position ourselves, because as Bitcoin squeezes out, dude, it's only a 1% away. So as soon as it breaks out, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Bitcoin's going up, but they're not going to know why it's going up. They're going to think it's going up because they think Bitcoin is bullish. But in reality, it's shorts getting liquidated and getting stopped out, which pushes the price action of Bitcoin higher. So once that $67,000 gets triggered, we might just see Bitcoin shoot up to like 69 or 70,000 and touch it, kind of like what we saw right here with this candle where it was at 62,000, and we saw that massive wick to the upside of 5%, where we'll be followed right here as soon as shorts get triggered at 67,600. We're going to probably see a 5% move pushing us to $71,000 Bitcoin, and then retail is going to get super excited, adding onto long positions, pushing the price action of Bitcoin high, as we saw back during the ETF talks. We saw this right here where a lot of shorts got triggered at $42,000, which I was telling all of you. A lot of you were wanting to short Bitcoin at around this range right here at 39 or whatever that was, 35, 39, yeah. And I was going to consider shorting, but I decided to wait. And I actually started longing Bitcoin like right here, and it was fun riding Bitcoin all the way to the top. And this is where shorts got triggered right here at $42,000 on Bitcoin, back at around the whole entire Bitcoin ETF talk. And then we saw shortly over an 18% pump in literally like less than a week, dude. So this is what I'm exactly also predicting for Bitcoin. So we'll see where things go. Maybe I'm wrong. People keep on calling Bitcoin to head towards $10,000. I think that's a joke. But I do see $85,000 Bitcoin coming in the next probably couple weeks. We might be surprised. So let me know what are your thoughts on that. But if you are looking for a leverage exchange, go ahead and check out Blofin. They also do spot trading, $5,000 in sign-up bonuses, and no KYC. It takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. Very similar to Bybit. Go ahead and engage with this video. Smash that like button for me. And I'll catch all of you onto the next one. Maybe I'll catch you tomorrow. Maybe Sunday. We'll see if the market's doing anything. I'll go ahead and live stream. If you are brand new, turn on post notifications. And I'll catch you on to the next one. Take care. I appreciate all of you, by the way. I want to say appreciate you, Steve, Chicago, Classic, Veg, Vernon, Jin, Happy. I appreciate every one of